All right, so I really want people to start using this JavaScript library, legit marquees that I made, and so I'm going to make a tutorial video on how to do it. So you just go to this GitHub page, and I'll link this in the description of this video, and we're going to use this demo thing, and we're going to use this external serving thing. So I just made a folder. I'm going to open my favorite code editor in it. Let's put this over to the side. Let this load. And in this folder, we're going to put an HTML. Now, you probably have an HTML. I mean, you already probably have a website. You just want to put decoration on it. But right now, I'm starting from scratch. So I'll put in this kind of boilerplate stuff. Cool is our title today. Awesome, yes. Okay. Now, let's just put in this. Let's just see what happens when we put this in here. Now, you probably expect nothing to happen. There's nothing in here. Okay, and you'd be right. Let's just open it with our live server. See what happens. This is our demo code. I just copied it using this copy button. That's our demo SVG legit marquee thing. So nothing happened, obviously. There's nothing in this shell. It's just a shell of a element. So let's serve our JavaScript file. So this is the actual legit marquees. This is like the meat, the main thing. So this is what happens here. It injects a bunch of elements into here so that these attributes actually mean something. And that's how you build it. So let's look at what each of these mean. So on every one of these, you have to add this class legit marquee so the script knows to act on this SVG element. So it's not acting on every SVG element with a view box and a content and a speed. Even though these are weird, these are like custom names, that you would never use elsewhere. You have to add this, you know what I mean, so that these mean something. So add a class legit marquee. The view box is like in SVG points from 0, 0 to, in this case, down here on the bottom right, 634, 149. That's just, it's whatever, it's kind of the crop, like where it crops to make it the coolest looking, and make it look the coolest. Zoom in, zoom out to make it fit in the rectangle. The content is the words that's on the path, on the text path. The content repeat is how many times it repeats. If you just don't want to type it a million times and you have something really long, that's a little optional feature. The speed is how fast it's going in like points per frame. It's an arbitrary thing, but you can change that. So let's look at what happens if we make it go 10. So it's a lot faster, right? Content repeat, let's put it at 30. It's going to overlap a bunch. So you really don't want it to overlap because that makes it glitch out a little bit because of the way that it doubles the text. It's not important. Okay, text size is pretty self-explanatory, of course. The default's to 24, which is a nice looking number, and that's also it's in SVG points. So this is all in SVG points because SVG does resize with the window. Let's look at that happen. So it gets bigger, it fills the whole width of the window, so that's why it's not in pixels or anything useful. So my bad, but that's on me. And then this path D. So this is probably the most complicated part. Let's go ahead and change this. So let's go to a cool SVG drawer. Okay, my favorite is this one, the method draw vector editor. And let's just clear this. It saves it from last time because it's a beautiful, beautiful tool. And I'm just gonna go new, okay? And let's make it like a square, something kind of pleasant. And we're gonna just draw the path using this pen tool that we want our text to move around. You can do it really anything. It can connect, it doesn't have to connect. Really a cool thing. So let's make it this kind of lumpy. We can have a little more fun. Come on. Let's Let's make it loop around like that. That's going to look great, you guys. This is great. So, let's click Save Image, and we'll get this SVG. We'll open it up. And to get the, we're just going to go into here. To get the path D, what I mean by that is on a path, there's this D attribute, which I don't know what it stands for, but you want to just copy this and paste it into here. Okay? So that's the path D. Path D. So path D. I don't know if you can read that on whatever screen you're watching this on, but it says path D. So that's in all SVG paths. There's this D attribute that gives all the commands for how to draw the path. And then the view box is going to come from these widths and heights. So width is going to go 430. It goes from 0, x coordinate 0 to x coordinate 430, and then y coordinate 0 to y coordinate 431. It's pretty close to a square there. That's pretty lucky. And let's just see what this looks like. I mean, boom, boom, that just worked. Look, it's going around in that loop like we drew. Let's make it repeat one more time, 4, so that we can see it actually loop around itself. Isn't that kind of pretty? 6, and it's super long. You can really see the path outlined here. And this, it draws a text element, so it's an SVG, a bunch of text, it's a bunch of text elements in SVG. It's called it's like a text tag that you might do. I don't know if you have any experience in SVG. If you do, you'll know about that, and it just injects that into here. So we can actually style these with CSS. We can put a fill on here, and we can just we can put a background on here. We can change the font family. We can I've never actually tried to change the font size. Is this going to work? No, because it's not really a, okay, that doesn't work. Yeah, because it's not, because like, for example, the color property doesn't work because it's like it's an SVG object, so you have to use the fill color, the fill property. So any of these will work. You can change the letter spacing, I think. Is that yeah, you can change the letter spacing. Yeah, you can change the text transform uppercase. So let's try that, and it's going to go all uppercase. Anything that you could change on like on an SVG text element, you can change on here because that's what it is. So that's really useful in my humble opinion. Let's put the speed back to something regular, like 4. And it's sort of just a pleasant thing. So if you want, as you can see, you can either do like a line, like it goes across the screen, or you can do a loop like this where it goes around in a circle or something. And either way, I think it's a great decorative piece for any website you're doing, and I think you should consider using it. And let's just say goodbye. That was it. Maybe that was 5-6 minutes. I can't even tell anymore. I hope this helped, and email me if you have any questions. And yeah, I really want you to use it in your next project. Thank you very much. Goodbye. How do I do that? Okay, stop.